Hey guys, Accountability Angel here, and we are just outside the Aperian Care in Princeton, Illinois. I figured to start filming before I got too close. It is windy, can't help it. Had to get it done today. Been wanting to come here for, the past 5 months to do this. I plan to do this multiple other times. I haven't really got into it much yet. I will during this video, but my dad was neglected at this nursing home called Aperian Care in Princeton, Illinois. That occurred it occurred throughout the week, but the major neglect occurred on January 15th of 2022, and he passed away 2 days later officially on home hospice. Yes, he was the patient. He was supposed to be healing from a broken hip, but everything just kind of went south. So there's actually been multiple instances of abuse and neglect from this building. Actually, shortly thereafter, what happened to my dad, probably about a month later, a video surfaced. The video showed an employee here screaming at some man to get up, that he could get up. He was down on the ground. I can't say for sure, but it appeared that his roommate was secretly recording. So I'm going to stand out here in the public easement, make sure that lawn care application, stay off until dry. Yeah, okay. So, and on the other side, wasn't on TikTok, I'm not surprised. It is a little dark on my screen here right now, but the other side just says, please don't send your family here, sad face. So these are pretty friendly signs, but as friendly as you can get. I try and set up this tripod here. You have to let me know how the sun is, because I can not see it that well. Yeah, pretty much. Let me get settled first. Hold on. I'm not familiar with this tripod. Not as familiar as I should be. Yeah, it's something I haven't really talked about much since it happened, because obviously I'm not trying to get all crazy emotional on camera. So I've been wanting to come here for a long time to do this, and I just haven't. How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Not bad. Please do not send any of your loved ones here, sir.
Okay.
Please, for their safety. Yes, sir. He knows somebody who's been in there, he said. Yeah, actually, for those of you who don't know, get this set up on. For those of you who don't know, my dad passed away while I was still in the hospital with my daughter. It was about 3 weeks into her hospital stay. Actually, about 2.5 weeks, I'd say. So I'm just going to stand out here for, an hour or two randomly over time and just make sure people know it's not a very busy area. But I don't care, because if it stops just one person, literally we ended up putting them here because that's where we had to send them. There was nowhere else close, and now I wish so much that we sent them over an hour away or anywhere. And by saying that my dad was neglected, what I really mean is that my mom was actively trying to get him out. I don't know how bad the wind is, guys. My mom was actively trying to get him out on the phone with the nursing home, guys, saying that she didn't think he was being treated right, all this, because there was several issues already. And literally, about 10 minutes later, she gets a phone call, and I'm on the phone, down in Peoria with my daughter, and I hear another family member all choked up. I could tell something was really wrong, because this person doesn't get choked up acting like that. And anyway, he told her she needed to get there, that something's wrong. Like, well, what was actually wrong is what we found out was he had an oxygen tank, right? Like a portable one, so he could go out in the common area. And they let the oxygen tank run out, and nobody knew it. And we're not perfect. I can get sometimes, terrible things happen that do cause people problems. But the problem is, I rushed up here, right? Because I was like, oh my God, like I at least wanted to say goodbye or something, Because it was hard on me to decide, like, should I leave my child here for a little bit? Like what? Because the only other person due to COVID that could come around was out of state. And they wouldn't let us have a substitute. Trying to show all these people. They wouldn't let us have a substitute. So anyway, I made the decision to leave her. She was okay. We had great child life people down at the Children's Hospital in Peoria. And child life, kind of makes life a little easier on them while they're there, And anyway, pretty much I get up here, and I hadn't been here yet because he had just got moved from our hospital to here. And anyway, and since I was up there, I didn't come the first few days. And when I get here, it was like walking into, like the whole place smelled like straight up poop. It was just, and I get it, people poop their pants there, whatever. But I mean, it was such an eerie, sick feeling. Like immediately I started like having terrible feelings about this. And then eventually we realized that his oxygen in his room sounded like it was working, but it wasn't working. It wasn't blowing any oxygen out at all. And trying to get everybody to look. Please look. Anyway, he was reading it at least. But anyway, and so that happened. So the second time in one day, the same day we're trying to get him out, and they're saying, oh, we got to wait till, I think it was a Saturday. And they're like, oh, we got to wait till tomorrow. We can make arrangements tomorrow. But this is early in the day. And anyway, I wish we just dragged him out of there, man. That's all I know, because he hadn't been getting oxygen from that thing for a period of time. And keep in mind, my dad did use oxygen before going ever into the hospital. But it was only at night. And by that time, he had become pretty dependent on it. Unfortunately, it was actually before he even came here, when he was still at the hospital. They would not allow him to use donuts, like a donut for your butt, even though he had a broken hip and had been laid up for over a month at that point. They also placed him in a too small wheelchair, but the freaking kicker, man, by the time I got down here, sorry, I've been rambling, I haven't read yet. Yes, please do. Go see the other ones. There's plenty from Not Me, because their family members have been neglected, or they viewed the video. I do believe I still have that short video. It's poor quality and it's very short, but it gets the point across. I don't know. Still trying to get used to this thing. So I hear they're very understaffed, which is understandable, but we can't be putting people's loved ones in danger. But anyway, yeah, so the real kicker was that we were feeding him, and we believed he appeared to choke, right? And my little daughter, my 4-year-old, was in there when this happened, because we kind of had to bring her along. And anyway, he starts choking, or we believe he is, and I'm trying to help him while my other family member runs out of the room to go get, somebody that's actually trained to help. And, yeah, thank you, Brian. Yes, Superior Care in Princeton, Illinois. Please don't ever send your loved ones here. Take care of them at home. Do what you got to do. Because that's also what my family was worried about, was not being able to provide him the right care and keep him safe on our own. I'm going to make sure these people read it. But anyway, we got Heartland Bank right there. So, anyway, she runs out to go get some help, and I'm in there with my 4-year-old and my dad and his roommate, whose balls were showing, and who was a complete dick during this whole thing. Like, I don't know what his problem was. But And then the CNA, she's like an older one, maybe in her 50s or so, probably a veteran CNA, comes in, doesn't even get close to him. She stands probably 3-4 feet away. And I back off because, I'm trying to give her space so she can do something, or somebody can do something. Because 2 of them came in. And pretty much she literally gives us this dirty look and says, he's not choking if he's breathing. And he literally was like trying to gasp for air. We were literally like screaming at her to fucking do so. We're like, what are you doing? She was not doing anything. She was just literally standing there arguing with us that he's not choking. Right? And eventually I have to take my little one out of the room once at least a couple heads get in there. And he ends up going by ambulance to the Princeton hospital, who pretty much tell us bad news. And also, not only that, but guess what they pull out of his throat? The food he was choking on. Also with, like bodily fluids from in the throat. It was devastating, man. It was so bad. And just for them to sit there, I get like, yeah, maybe they can come in and try to help him, but they couldn't, whatever. But to sit there, that bitch was arguing with us. And we're sitting there getting so upset, not knowing what to do. I'm going to walk along this way a little bit. Oh, shit. There's a hole in the grass. I almost beeped it. But, as you can see, we're on the easement. But, yeah, it was really freaking devastating. And then he went home. He got to finally go home from the hospital. The ladies in the ER at Princeton Hospital were really, really good to not only myself, because I stayed the night with him, didn't end up going back home, but they were really good to my dad, and it was just kind of something we had to accept. And at least people are reading it. That's all I want. Don't send your dad here, please. But yeah, it was pretty devastating. And then I got to see him when he got back on hospice at home. He got to be there for less than a day before he passed. I had to obviously go back with my daughter because she had procedures she had to get done. And when she woke up from one of them and she was having a terrible time after it is when I got the call saying that he finally passed. So, but I think he would have passed with a whole lot more dignity had they not neglected and abused him and probably many, many other people. There were several people in there I was concerned about. My brother, I believe he called before I did. We called the home administrator. We called to talk about this problem, that we were extremely upset and concerned with the behavior of that nurse. Like, not only was he left without oxygen more than once that we know of, but they sat there and instead of even coming up to him to see for sure that he's not choking, which he was, they failed him. It was really sad. Yeah, it was pretty devastating. Kimmy is because I was, obviously when I got the news, I still had to just stay up here with JoJo, or down there. But I couldn't. I was a freaking wreck, so I had to cancel the thing she had after the procedure and try to hold it together until I could get out of there. It says, it's going to blow away. It's just one of those ones, but it says, please don't send your family here. Sad face. I had a better way of showing it before, but it says, Aperian care neglected my dad. That's all. And I plan to maybe monthly now that I'm finally, because I knew I was going to do this just nice and peacefully by myself. I believe she was a CNA. Nonetheless, she knows not to sit there and argue and all that when somebody's choking in front of her. She's not stupid, I'm sure. I did hear that CNA, they wouldn't tell me why. I finally heard that CNA eventually did lose her job for whatever reason. They wouldn't tell me why. They just said she was not employed and the other one was still there. Because keep in mind, there was one that was more vocal, but there was a younger one who just simply... Hold on, I was trying to get him to read it. Who just simply did nothing. One of those people that stand by and do nothing, which is just as bad. Yes. Yeah, I know, it's pretty messed up. The place was like, it was creepy. It really was. And this was, you gotta understand, I felt this way before all that happened. I was just so sad. I was like, this is where we have him. And I felt so, like, I knew that my mom didn't feel right about them throughout the week. And I was just staying posted because I had to deal, with Joe and be down there. And then when I saw it for myself, I was just so sad. That's where he was. And he was supposed to get to come home within the month or so, And he only got to come home to peacefully pass at our house. Thank you, Lenny. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, I got so much on my spiel. Happy Father's Day to all the daddies on here. I know we have a ton of you, and grandpas, stepdads. Not quite stepdads, but active stepdads. So, I hate that it's out here where not many people can see, but this is, I was hoping, honestly, and I was wanting to get out here earlier, and we ended up going to an ice cream eating contest out at Sisler's out here in Princeton. We actually had a great weekend. Took the kids some fun places, and definitely tried to make it a not so sad weekend because it was definitely very depressing to me. So I'm just going to keep on. I meant to bring my little megaphone. Well, it's not even mine. It's actually one of my kids. Little police megaphone, and I forgot. I don't want to disturb the people that live in there, though. But honestly, place is trash. I cannot believe it's open. And then I was not even shocked. I was not even shocked to find out that no, I didn't even. There was only 3 adults in the adult version one, and then there was like 2 teenagers. The kids had a huge group of them, but no, I did not win. Some guy had it everywhere on his face, and he blew me to smithereens. In my defense, I was dumb enough to eat ice cream before. But yeah, my kids didn't win either. But their age group went up to 12. The oldest one's 7, so it was fun, though, to participate in. I've never done, like, an eating contest before. Yeah, and it just so happened we kind of saw that after I knew I was coming out here, so it just worked out. All right, read my phone. He waved. I don't think he read it. I think he just waved. I think what I'm going to do is walk the line. She is, that's what I was touching on. She is doing quite well. She's doing very well, all things considered. A lot of her bad symptoms are either gone away or seriously lessened. We actually had our first injection this past week for her, where there was not any tears, a little bit of whining, no tears, which has been a huge improvement. But yeah, she's playing with her friends again. She's signing up for swimming. So we're getting there. She's worked hard to get where she is. Bunch of months of physical therapy, but she's doing great. I mean, she's really, I'm just hoping that once the steroids are completely off and she's only on her injections, that everything continues to go that way. But so far we're tapering, and they are going that way. So Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I went out and did a few audits yesterday down in the Peoria area. So I'll have them posted soon. I just been super busy. By the time we got home last night, we were just caked. We're done. I bet you they don't even know that somebody's out here. I was hoping to get here early in the day. I wanted to make sure the administration knows that we're on them. Because like I said, oh, I didn't finish saying that actually. My brother called them reporting all this. So my brother was also there that day for a period of time. And never, to this day, and keep in mind, this is back in January, to this day has never received a call back regarding the abuse of his father that ultimately aided in his death. I mean, I don't even know. So I figured, you know what better day to start what I've been planning to do. What, folks? I know sometimes I could do that, but I kind of just like to do my own thing. That's why that was Tara's big thing, was claiming that, oh, I invited everybody that follows me on YouTube to my court dates to show we're a piece of your mind. Number one, I never did that. Number two, it was COVID time, so they were trying to force the humans not to be in there. So yeah. Number three, I mean, I film most of what I tell everybody, obviously, because that's how people would hear. And she had no evidence of that, which is why she ultimately just withdrew her whole thing. Yeah, I know it. Well, the thing is, certain members of the family did not want to be involved in that. And I ask that to be respected. I don't agree with that. I agree with... Uh-oh. Oh, he's turning. I see a police officer. Sweating like a pig out here. I'm out in the sun. But, yeah, it's kind of one of those things. Because I pushed a lot for a lot of things. And it kind of sucked feeling like you kind of have to back off because I had to do what I had to do as a mom at that point. Just everything happened at once. Even poor Kimmy, I mean, we went from celebrating that his surgery was successful a couple weeks before this to Kimmy went in the hospital right after he passed, and she was who I got to lean on when I was out there alone in Peoria because I couldn't go back. So I kind of just had to go do my own thing, cry, talk on the phone, and have a drink, and, try to get myself right. It was very sad for her to find out the way she did. But we've talked about it since, and she was happy because I had certain people in my ear telling me, you shouldn't tell her right now, wait till she's out. I was like, I'm not gonna. She was so close with him, like, I'm not gonna not tell her. Like, I just feel like, what, is she gonna get out and then be devastated from that? Yeah, I do. I just don't know what to do. I mean, I like to do my own thing. I did have a few people within my loved ones offer to come participate a little bit. I didn't want that. Maybe at a different time. That's why I haven't really brought it up or nothing. It was a rough time, man. But I'll stand out here myself anytime I randomly decide to pop up in Princeton and do it. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have much of a choice, honestly. I just kind of get thrown into all of it at once. It's just like, whoa. Whoa. Like, same with JoJo. She had been one day helping me. We kind of did a little adoption of a few families for kids for Christmas, and she was helping me play Santa Claus, running up to people's porches a couple days before, and then what do you know? And just all went all crazy fast. I gotta put this thing down. Hold on. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying a little bit ago, I have a few things to send out. I just haven't edited or put up yet. Thanks. You know, and I gotta come on this road when it's busier out. I don't know when that is, though. Princeton's pretty small of a town. There's like, I don't know, 5,000 people maybe. I have no idea. I'm making that number up. It's not very many, though. It's smaller than Peru. All right. Make sure these guys read it. I wish this stop sign was right there. That would have been way better. So, I planned on staying out here for about, I don't know, an hour or so today, maybe not quite that long. And on random other days thereafter, there it is. Don't ever send somebody in those doors. They're better off just trying to wing it at home than to do that. It was really disappointing. It was really devastating, actually, to sit there and watch. I mean, literally the last words I remember hearing from him is him trying to get out. He couldn't really, trying to get out, help me. That's fucked up. That was really bad. And you slow down and read this. You slow down and read it. Don't send him here. Yeah, I tried to, how do I say that? Benicia? Start jaywalking, hell yeah. I mean, I could. Really, there's nowhere else to go around here. There are no pathways. That guy's texting. I believe we're out in the area of the Princeton Police Department, which is like the second one I ever audited. Actually, I think I just worded it weird, supersonic. And I thought about that too when I was doing it. I was like, I bet you people are going to wonder. I don't know. I didn't know what else to say. That's what it is to me. They helped ruin mine. Actually, all in all, it's been good. And I know Papa would have loved that the girls got to do all the fun stuff they got to do. That was sad. He had his nurse in the hospital. Actually, when I first brought JoJo to the ER before we got shipped off to the children's hospital, I think he was in ICU at that point. Or maybe he was back in a regular room, I don't remember, but she was downstairs in the ER. I didn't get to see her when they were in the same one. She never got to see him because they wouldn't allow kids in there at all. But I think that was for the better, really. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to keep up the hope, man, but there's been worse things in different ways, I guess. Definitely. I'm kind of nice to Princeton. They have a great pool out here. But Princeton police, I did a second audit on them, and I believe they passed, and I believe they passed a compliance check. Actually, really, we love their pool out here. Especially since Peru doesn't have a pool. They thought we only needed a splash pad. The LaSalle pool is just overcrowded. Getting more people to look, at least. Maybe if I hold it up higher. I have the tripod, but I've still been just dragging it instead. Also, guys, Jacob's trial date is set to start on Tuesday. I fully intend to be there. I'm hoping it's all a one-day thing. They did end up making our jury selection. I don't know, it was weird, or his jury selection that day. And they believe they're going to be starting trial that day, I guess. I don't know. It ended up being weird. Again, for those of you who don't know, Jacob is pro se and fighting 4 charges. 4 where there's not even an accusation, aside from the contempt. Obviously, I guess Judge Ryan accuses him of it. But, I think I got a honker. Anyway, man, I should have brought my blow phone and been all loud, but I really don't want to be obnoxious. I don't know. This is a man, the poor residents in there. I don't even want to think about it right now. That's the thing, though, when we don't think about it, that's how all this shit happens. You know, it's sad, though, guys. It is Father's Day, and I've seen like 2 cars pull in this parking lot, which may or may not have been visiting their dad. But hopefully they came earlier. That's what I'm going to root on. I might even walk over to this 4 Corners for a few minutes. Get more people to see it. I'll just only use the one side so they don't see the here part. Bring my bag so I don't get accused of littering. Yeah, so yes, that woman never called Justice Jake back. And she also kept dodging my calls until one of the girls finally, I don't know, it sounded like she got sick of it and wanted to put her on the damn phone. Weeks later, never called me back. I was nice about it too. It actually took me multiple days to even call and do that because I was so just whacked out from it all. Is this a bar? Oh yeah, Black Rose. I wonder which side's the good side. I'm gonna go for over there. Oh, whoops. Got it caught. I think this is a good spot right by the stop sign. Hold on. Yes, don't worry, I'm going back for him. I try to not randomly drive and do them when I have just a quick hour or so of time because with the way gas prices have doubled, it's not worth it to me. It actually costs me quite a bit to do it that way, even though it generally works better for me. So I'm going to go back to trying to find a solid day to go where I'm going and do what I'm doing. Oh, here comes some people way down there. I don't know, the Depew guy, for real though, he's a hot mess. I've gotten multiple emails since then that need to be addressed. Trying to wave them all down so they look at least. Oh yeah. I know, at least we're getting a little more action and seeing some people. Really, if it works better for me to stand down here than down there, then whatever. Surely, I have no idea. It's in the 90s probably. It's actually really nice compared to the past hot days we had over the last week. Yesterday was pretty nice too. Actually, I had a great time out hunting yesterday. What am I doing? Oh yeah, of course they did. Of course they did. I've actually had somebody I went to high school with reach out and tell me, oh well, I have cops in my family and they could call CPS on you and blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh, that's weird because I didn't know any of my kids were involved in my audits. Besides that, they can call them and do nothing. I don't think they realize I came from foster care. I know what's up. Actually, though, from time to time, I will bring one of my littles to pick up FOIAs, only in safe spots where like I did in Oglesby, but I don't film those. And if I do, I don't film in post, obviously. Yeah, read that. No, you read that. Read it. He thinks I want money. I know it. Surely I have a little bottle of water. I'm all good. I hydrated plenty today. I'm only going to stick out here for, I don't know, 20 more minutes or so. Get my point across and come here and randomly do it when I can. I think if I do the megaphone thing next time, I'll only do it down on this corner, so I won't, the bar people, they'll be fine. They'll probably be louder than me. Oh, look at the mountains on his car. But yeah, that's a pretty sick, twisted thing to do, is to try to... I don't think the people that do that realize what a sick, twisted system the foster care system is. And poor children that are wards of the state. They really don't... It almost blew away on me. Hold on. I'm struggling. Yes. Depew Police Chief Marquez is going down. Marquez, whatever. We're not far from there as it is, really, but... Actually, I ditched my passengers so they could go do some things while I came to do this. So, that's what we're doing. Spreading the word, maybe stopping just one person from going into that home. They're driving slow, trying to read it. I gotta focus on where I'm pointing it. I was going to do balloons, but I thought it was going to be too windy and they'd blow away. Yes, thank you for putting that up. Yes, 477-2137. Big piece of crap. I'll tag that video down below for any of you that haven't seen it when I get done. Trying to blow my board. Trying to at least handle this in the most productive way, maybe. At least the most productive way I know how to do it at this point. You're on it, Brian. Yes, that's right. I didn't see that about Acura Amanda, though. I did see a post that recently that made me wonder if they tried to pull something like that, just based on her wording. But I'll definitely have to go back and check that out. Or if you, I don't know, can you tag it on here? I don't remember. I'm going to probably do like 5 more minutes right here. And then I'm going back down there. Make sure they get enough of me right in front of there. I feel like this should be a monthly thing. Definitely. Actually, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to come at various times so nobody knows when to expect me being a ninja coming out here to spread awareness about the abuse. Yes, I do, but I can't think of the link right now. I do have a Cash App under Accountability Angel. I can't think of what the PayPal is right now, though, because I always I don't know. I always had a problem with that. And I also forget to ever put it up. I know, right? Justice Jake's on here, is he? I'm trying to read everything, but somewhere between the sign blowing on me. Can't read that. You read that. I saw ya. Don't send your mom here either. I'm trying to follow the ones that appear to be lookers so that they can continue looking until they don't need to no more. Anymore. They might not care, but I care. Yeah, but the Black Rose was pretty fun from what I do remember. I mean, I was in there pretty late in the night, don't get me wrong, but it was a good time. When I really should do this is when they have the little Princeton Fest or whatever it is. Guess I don't necessarily have to be near the building. Yeah, I haven't put it up in a long time. I believe that would be why. May or may not be on my kidnapping video. If it was a weekday, I could have at least walked over to the health department to check it out. It's right across the street from there, which is kind of ironic. I like this corner better though. I'm getting at least some views. At least people are looking. And that's the thing, like with the veterans home. Some guy kind of act like I was trying to blame the CNAs and all that for the pure neglect and freaking just complete explosion of corona deaths, which was never what I was doing. Actually, I was invited in, oddly enough, being a stranger, coming into a facility like that. I didn't want to go in there because I didn't want to catch it. But, yeah, I never did that. Now, there are particular people that, yes, maybe, but in general, a lot of our nurses and CNAs are hardworking people, and when places like this, like, clearly the problem's from the top down, for a number of reasons, but when the home administrator will not call you back when you're saying some really detailed things, I mean, more detailed than I got with you guys today, about what went on and why you feel like you need to have a conversation, and then they don't want to do so. It's just very strange. And not only is it strange, it's concerning. And just like with us, good, how are you? I'm glad to hear it. Says Aperian Care neglected my dad. Aperian Care, this nursing home down the street, neglected my dad. They neglected him. Yeah, he passed away back in January. Huh? What can I do? No, I'm just spreading awareness. Yeah, call everybody you can. Yeah, for real. Well, yeah, we.
My mother was in the nursing home. She had really good care. But sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We're just out here doing what we can with it.
What's his name? How can I help?
His name was Erlen Farmer, but Just never send your loved ones there. That's the best thing you can do. Yeah. Have a beer for me, too.
I will.
Don't forget.
Can bring you out something?
No, it's all right. I got little drinks here.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. All right. Shit. If I didn't have to drive, I'd be going in there too after. Say my current most favorite drink would be a vodka lemonade. Actually, a lot of times I don't like the lemonades that the bars have, so I've been learning to just get vodka and water and then put my own lemonade packet in. That's better. Now, you guys really need to look at this. All right. I'm making my way back down in front of there. I'm going to do my spiel for a few. Call it a day. That's the thing. I don't got to come out and cause a big ruckus, but I'm certainly going to come out and I'm going to be here. That's the problem for them. I'll come back every week if I have to. The weirdest times they'll never guess. Oh, I gotta hold it for these guys. Do you like Shirley Temples because you're a Shirley? I can't say I've ever had one. But I do know I do not like Bloody Marys. Make sure he sees. What are those? They have like the angel shots in the bars, and that where I think that's, well, it's along the lines of where they call the police for you or escort you out or whatnot. I think that's brilliant. All right, let's get Portage County, Ohio. How far are you from like Cincinnati, Middletown area? I have a bunch of family out there. I'm really excited for Justice Jake's court date, though, guys, on Tuesday. I really, really see it going well in his favor. Number one, he knows what he's talking about. He knows we didn't do nothing. That's what I was getting at earlier. We didn't do anything wrong. Jim doesn't even accuse him of battering him, of interfering with my arrest, even though Jim wasn't the arresting officer, nor of obstructing. Or what'd you get? Wait. Are you on here, Justice Jake? What is this? Battery against Jim. Obstructing for interfering with my arrest that never occurred. Never occurred with Jim. Contempt. Is that... Maybe he's battling 3 charges. Maybe it's just me battling 4. Yeah, we'll update you guys on stuff with my case and my new lawyer here shortly. I did not wish to proceed with a nutbag that wasn't doing his job. Wasn't gonna. Didn't trust him. I trust my case. I don't trust him. I hope nobody votes for Dave Shistokis for Attorney General of Illinois. Northeastern. I've never been out that far yet. I think the furthest I've been out. Well, I've been all over like Peebles and all that area. And of course, Kings Island. My dad always wanted to go back and visit Ohio again, but we didn't in the last. I don't know who that is. Okay, message received. I see what you just popped up on my phone there. Oh, yeah, I know there. Well, I think I know there, I guess is more the point. This road is just so slow. I knew this was going to be part of the deal. But I'm going to make sure I come on a weekday next time. Maybe the health department employees will see it and be concerned. Maybe they should have been concerned. I think there's a lot of places that should have been. Not just with him, though, with just the care in general. It didn't get that way when he came. It had been that way. That's how that works. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm going back. Somebody's right here. Don't send your loved ones here. They will be neglected. I don't know what he said. I'm going back on their side. It's like when I did the veterans home, though, there was a bunch of, well, not a bunch, there was a couple employees from there that falsely claimed that I'm sitting there going up to their little bedroom windows and looking in there, and didn't happen. Didn't happen. Now, if they didn't make the privacy, they should have, but number two, still didn't happen. They actually tried to invite me in there, which was strange. That Cadillac has seen better days. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. Oh, look at this. Pretty. Is that sun bad on it? I mean, it looks bad to my eyes, but I can't see because it's literally just right on me. You know what I really like are the Long Island iced teas. But I gotta watch it because I'm kind of one and done with those. You see how quiet this road is? No wonder they get away from it. Or with it. I think this is like one of their more main intersections where we were a minute ago. On like this side of town. Like this area, from my understanding. Who? Yeah, they do. One time I was at this is a few years ago. I was out at a bar. I didn't go out much then. And I was out at a local watering hole. It was one of my favorites until just too many fights were happening. Like, I don't like going to those. Being around that. But anyway, the bartender was so drunk. This little cute little girl. She was wasted at like 10 o'clock. And I was kind of concerned for her. I was like, oh my God, you're driving home yourself later? Like, whoa, dude. And anyway, eventually she made my Long Island so strong I couldn't even barely sip it at all. At all. I mean, I like to appreciate it. They heavy hand it, right? Usually. Anyway, I told her, I was like, can I have a beer and you put this in the fridge for a little bit? Because I was like, I can't drink it yet. I gotta loosen up here. She's like, oh, is it that bad? She was telling me how someone else had just told her the same thing, pretty much. And I was like, well, you're drunker than I am, girlfriend. But now I am kind of watchful of where I order them from. I don't know if she ever made it. We were questioning her about, like, her getting home. And she was like, oh, no, I do it all the time, blah, blah, blah. Saying how she got to go to Oglesby. I'm like, girlfriend, you're in Peru. You won't see me driving home from Oglesby drunk or anywhere. Just like this, I don't know what it is, but they got numerous really scary bridges down in Peoria where I was yesterday. And I had to like make the whole car shut up because I was freaking out, having a panic attack, trying to go over this little bridge. It's the worst thing. I don't know what's wrong with me, but now I do on bridges and Ferris wheels. He's not looking. Yeah, that's right, Howard. Hey. I feel like I'm too much of an introvert and an anxiety-ridden hot mess express. And I like to do my own thing without being told I can't. Hello, back from Illinois. Hey, there's that guy. I think I saw him already. Yeah, I'm gonna go for about, I don't know, 5 more minutes maybe. I'm actually glad they didn't come out trying to harass me because I didn't want to have to tell them off about what happened. Yeah, I'm not sure what else is over there. I'll have to walk closer to that, see what else is over there. Wish there was more family members coming to visit. What the heck? I need to know this stuff so they can get the people out. That's what was really disappointing is we were actively trying to get him out. And they were like, oh, I just one more day, blah, blah, blah. Because they didn't want to, I don't know, deal with it, I guess. I'm not sure what their process was supposed to be. But they're like, we can get them all checked out tomorrow. Well, tomorrow was too late. And actually, that was being said before it ever went down. I don't think any of us knew it really, truly would be, but yeah, even on the last year Oglesby Fest, which is going on right now too. But last year, I went up, okay, I think it was the same day, freaked out on the Ferris wheel. But I go with my kids, and I get up on the big slide. You know, they got the multicolored slides. And I'm like freaking out in my head on the way up. And I have like a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old with me at the time. And like I'm like having all these second guesses just as I'm going up, and then I get up there. And there's this little girl, it's probably like 5 or 6, also up there with us because there was like 4 rows. And then there's the ride guy, you know, making sure we're all good. Well, I get on there, and then we like go, and then like right before I almost grabbed this little girl's sack because I'm like freaking out. And I'm like, oh no, I can't do it. Like mentally stop myself. And then I sit there and try to grab the guy's leg from his pants. And I'm like, oh, sorry. As I'm like going down, freaking out. But I will never get on one of those slides again now because I was so scared. For real, the guy probably thought I was a nut. Oh, that sounds like a great time. Christian, I'm going to go down to this corner for a minute and then back. I'm not going to go all the way around just because I don't feel like anybody will really see it because they're, it's like residential. I got the death trap gated off. Yeah, Brian, they've actually been sued. I believe it's 24 lawsuits right now from family members. 24. But I still get a lot of like bullying online from them claiming that I was like harassing the veterans and trying to poke my camera in the window. All that didn't happen. Nope, never would. They do actually have no trespassing signs up now in the back, but it doesn't look like they are properly laid out so that legally you could go in the same areas they want you out of. Dang, my water got hot. Should have wore sunscreen, bug spray or something. Any of it. That's what it's going to have to be. Hey, I didn't know that Bureau County Republican is right in this building, actually. They should really be aware. Oh, that means I'm going to have to hold like a 6-hour protest out here on a Monday or a Thursday. Who knows? We'll find out. Remember? Yeah, dude, they were terrible. They were awful. Then they tried to call the cops like 2 or 3 times on me. Like, what the heck? Hold on, I'm just trying to adjust this for when I get ready to go in a minute. Yeah, they were hoping I'd get kidnapped, but I have had numerous employees from there. A couple in particular that I really enjoyed. Definitely tell me that they see exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. You know, if we don't get out there and do it, who's going to? Hey, that's right. Maybe. I could actually do a regular one, but I was like, I kind of thought about this last night randomly. And I was like, today is going to be the day. Doing it. Worked out well. I'd say at least. But I'd just about call it a day for today. I'm going to keep it rolling until I get close to my vehicle on the next street. I will say, nobody tried to violate my First Amendment rights. I'll give them that. No officers, no nobody. Make sure these guys see. Hey! I wonder if she's an employee. She almost looked like she had scrubs on. Alright. I am essentially protesting the repeated abuse of individuals getting care at a Aperian care in Princeton, Illinois, which is a nursing home. Our elderly family members, loved ones, friends, neighbors are being abused, have been neglected on multiple occasions, some of which have been on film and are available on the internet. I will hopefully be able to still get a hold of that and post it up. Poor quality, but it's there. You definitely get the gist of it all. You'll have to, it's a long story, but you'll have to go back to the beginning of the video to specifically hear my reasoning for this one, which involves my dad, which is why I'm here on Father's Day. I'm just doing a little short one. Came out here, had fun with the kids, and now I felt the need to do this. Actually, I felt the need anyway, and then we made it all work with the kid, you know, whatever. So keep a good eye out for this place. If you ever, for the love of God, if you ever hear your family members, even if they're like your weird uncle from the other side, something like that, make sure you look into them. I can't say I looked into it too much when he came here. It makes me sad. But then again, I mean, I had all that going on. I just couldn't do it. They wheeled him in the ambulance right there. His room was right over there by that. Right? I don't know where to go. Right by that handicap sign, kind of. So yeah, it was pretty devastating. Very devastating. I wish he was able to at least be alive long enough to see JoJo get out of the hospital, because he was devastated to find out that she was in there. And I had his nurse from that hospital calling me at 3:30 in the morning when I was at the kids' hospital, and she was just so upset. That guy took a second look. Will do, Justice Jake. That guy's looking. I hope his dad's not here. If your loved ones are here, please get them out. I don't want them to end up like my dad did. Happy Father's Day. Yep. You can see the wheels turning. I don't know. That's a spam. Alright. I am heading out though. Getting close to my safety zone before I log off. I will say, like, their outside looks generally clean and maintained somewhat. I mean, compared to the veterans home. Thanks, Brian. I thought that looked like it was something funky. I will say, not a very busy day, but I got my message across. I mean, I didn't expect it to be too busy on Father's Day on that road. Sadly enough, like you guys know, we didn't see very many people pulling in to actually go there. That's weird. Trying to go this way to avoid the little girl. Alright guys, that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. Thanks to my awesome mods for all the help there. Justice Jake, I will be calling you immediately. But yeah, that's what we did today. Like I said, we have plenty of more work to do here. It will come in time randomly. I will be doing the same exact thing and probably a little bit more. But anyway, alright guys, bye.